Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Nancy. Today I am here with a new video, and in this video I'll be talking with you about your GT scores. So let's talk about that how to increase your GT marks if you are stuck between 130 to 150 and that 150 is not crossing in GT. So let's get started with the video and let's talk about that, how to increase your GT scores. So let's get started. So as you know, GT giving and whatever marks we score in GT, it gives us that boost and it gives us that encouragement of doing even much better next time. You know, like, yeah, I can even score more. And if you're stuck between 130 to 150, there are some things which you should be, asking some question to yourself, that where am I going wrong? Because every one of us who passed and who are going to give exam, everyone has their own GT journey, right? GT scores, it's not like someone gives GT and they are able to score 150, 200 plus in their first GT. GT is a kind of journey, it's a proper graph. The slope goes up, it goes in a plateau phase where your marks just get stuck, and then it again takes a slope where your marks crosses 150 and it becomes even 170, 180, that way it grows. So when you would be giving, you would be seeing from, like you are scoring first time less than 100 maybe, or around 100, and slowly marks increases, it goes to 130, 140. And after that the graph becomes in a plateau phase, it is neither increasing but it's not decreasing, it's coming in a range 130 to 150. So if you're stuck between that 150, here is what you should be doing according to me. First of all, you should not stop giving your GTs, because that is important, right? You have to solve questions a lot. Secondly, analyze your GT. I always say, I have made a video also before that how to analyze your GT, and I always say giving GT is a different thing and analyzing is a different thing. Analyzing the GT is even more important than giving the GT. So you should always analyze your GT. If you are not doing that, analyze your GT. By that you'll come to know which subjects and which topics are you weak at. Second, I think so that was second point. Third point, you should know your weak subjects. Don't feel bad in knowing your weak subjects and working on them. It's you who has to work on them, right? So just do one thing. While seeing the video, if you're seeing the video, ask yourself, what are your 5 weak subjects? It can be less than 5, it can be more than 5, it's fine. But just ask yourself, what are your 5 weak subjects? If there are any weak subjects, promise yourself next time when you give GT, you revise those 5 subjects even much nicely and then you give the GT. You'll see the difference that your marks increase, and if it is around like 150 close, it will cross 150. Because what happens now, when we have a weak subject or a weak topic, we usually tend to ignore the topic and the subject. We make it our favorite subject and a dislikable subject. We don't like it. So we don't even wish to study that. So try not to do that, because every subject is going to help you in exam in increasing the marks. So that is one thing. Apart from that, questions will be getting wrong due to some reasons only. I have said this before also, I always say this, and you would have heard this from Marwa sir as well. He always says that questions becoming wrong due to 3 reasons. Either you have not studied the topic, you are not aware of the topics, so you can give a guess there. You can't do anything about that. You can give a guess and you can go to next question. Either you have the options, the answer, but you are confused between option A hoga ya option B hoga, so you are confused between 2 options. So if that is the scenario, it means you need to revise the topic more. You know the topic, you have forgot it. You can't recall it. So to go back, turn your notes and revise it again. That is the thing you can do. But if the third reason, that is your silly mistakes. Questions are getting wrong due to your silly mistake. This is entirely in your hand to control it. More of you who could not pass JAN, ask yourself, your exam went just because of your silly mistakes. If that 4 to 5 silly mistakes you would not have did, you would have as well crossed 150. So which is in our hand, try to correct that, right? Because if we don't know anything and it becomes wrong, we won't feel bad. But if we know a thing and then we did it wrong, so that hits very badly. So don't let it happen. Try to control. Now itself, start solving question, work on your silly mistakes. If you are not reading the question properly, read the entire question. Have that patience of reading the entire question from first word to last word. Don't ignore that except word, none of these, true, false, that kind of words. Don't tend to miss them out. Make a habit of reading the question twice at least. read all the 4 options. If you're knowing option A is correct, still read all the 3 options, because examiner wants you to pick one A as an option, so that the next options which is very close to the answer as well, that you don't go and read. So read all the 4 options, then go for the answer. Learn to exclude choices. That is a thing. I think knowing an answer and just knowing an answer and marking, and you are knowing how to exclude choices. Excluding choices, the chances of doing the question wrong is less, because you will be analyzing all the 4 options and you know why this option is not the answer. So learn to exclude choices. Solve more number of questions. If you are seeing that medicine is strong of mine and I am doing correct in that, but on the other hand surgery is less, so solve surgery questions even more. Make a daily habit now that you should be solving at least 150 questions daily, 100 to 150. If you are doing more than that, it's good, but make a habit of solving 100 to 150 questions daily. Whatever topic you read today, whatever revision you did today, try to solve the questions of the same topic and the subject today itself, and then go to bed. That is one thing. Apart from that, now as you know, 2 months are left. So the thing you can be doing, try to give at least 2 GTs per month. Like this month already 1 GT maybe you would have gave. If you have not gave, try to give the GT in this month. And May and June for you should be trying to give 2 GT. According to me, you should try to go for 3 actually. That you should be giving at least 6 GTs before exam. Because 2, like till April it was okay. You could have gave 2 GTs. But I think May and June it's high time. You should be giving 3 GTs at least. Every 10 days you can give GTs, and at least 6 GTs you should try to give before exam. So that is one thing. And yeah, I think so that all is enough for analyzing your GT. Trust me, if you will analyze your GT, you will come to know your weak points and your weak subjects, and that will give a huge help for preparing it next time for. If you are going to give GT tomorrow, try that once you revise today at night your all the weak topics and weak points, like that I will do meningitis topic every time wrong. I'll be confused between bacterial and tubercular. So just go and revise that topic and then go for the exam tomorrow, because these topics are going to come. So do that. And make it an entire GT day, like not like today half time I have to study and then I'll be giving the GT and then I'll be analyzing it tomorrow. Don't do that, because GT analyzing, it's a boring thing. You need patience for analyzing. So try to do it same day. Keep it proper GT day. You give in the morning hours, take a break, again give the paper in 2 sitting. I know prep ladder GTs are like it's full 5 hours, full 300 minutes. So take a gap, 150 questions solve karo. Take a break 1 hour, again sit for the next time, because you can pause GTs in prep. So that is one thing, because rest every platform I think 150 ka GT hota hai, but prep pe 300 ka GT hota hai together. So you can do that. And weak subjects पे भी focus करो and see what are you missing on. Silly mistakes को control करो, because that is something which is in our hand entirely. And if you'll see when you analyze your GT ना, you'll come to know कि मैंने आधे से ज़्यादा चीजें गलती सिर्फ मेरे silly mistakes की वजह से की है. And one more thing, don't change your options. वो last में जब भी result आ जाता है down, try that last line which will come after the result down. You changed your mind in 50 questions and 20 became correct and rest became wrong. उसको कम करो. If you're changing your mind in some options, पहले A किया फिर उसके बाद C किया. So if you're changing your options, try कि कम से कम तुम 10 to 15 questions को ही change करो. अभी से habit करो. I'm not saying even 10 to 15 करना चाहिए, but still अगर कर रहे हो, you are having the habit, तो उसको try to do it less. 40-50 questions you can't do second guesses, and उसमें से सिर्फ 20 सही हो रहा है. So like you are something doing wrong, right? वो कहीं से beneficial नहीं है तुम्हारे लिए. So try to do that less. एक बार ये option मार दिया तो just believe that yeah, you're knowing that. Subconscious में है वो, that is why you went for the answer, right? So don't change your options. Be confident that what I've marked is correct, and then proceed to the next question. So that is one more thing, and I am sure that marks is going to increase if you follow these points, whatever I said. And because these were something which helped in my GT scores increasing, because my GT scores also increased in December. So that was something which I worked on all the weak topics and weak subjects. That is what I used to do. So do it accordingly, and I'm sure that marks is going to increase. Till 2 months are left. Give as many as GTs possible. Analyze them. Don't give the next GT without analyzing. And prepare well. focus on all the subjects, अच्छे से prepare करो, and if anything else you can always ask me. I'm always there to help. You can always text me on Instagram or on the comment section, and I'll be always there to help. So that will be all. Prepare well, all the best. Thank you so much.